I died, choking on my own blood. The taste of betrayal as sharp as the knife my father plunged into my back. Not literally, but it might as well have been. Those final moments replayed in my mind like a cursed loop, the paramedics' voices fading as my vision tunneled to black. And then, nothing. Until the blare of an alarm clock yanked me back, my heart slamming against ribs that shouldn't be whole anymore. I bolted upright in a bed that smelled of lavender detergent and regret, staring at hands too young, too unscarred. The date on my phone screaming June 15th, 2023, 2 years before the nightmare that ended me. My name is Mia Harlan, and I was 34 when I died. A single mom scraping by in the crumbling sprawl of suburban Detroit, the kind of place where rusted Fords line the driveways and everyone pretends the opioid crisis is just bad luck. My daughter, Lily, was 6 then, tiny, fierce, with my hazel eyes and a laugh that could crack open the gloomiest Michigan winter. But that laugh had died long before I did, strangled by the vultures I called parents. Eleanor and Victor Harlan, the golden couple of Bloomfield Hills. Old money from auto parts that greased their way through scandals and secrets. They weren't just neglectful, they were architects of ruin. And I'd let them build it brick by venomous brick. The hook of it all? I'd gone back to the day of Lily's 6th birthday party, the one they crashed, the one where they locked her out in the rain like she was yesterday's trash. I remembered every second, the cake I'd baked from scratch. Vanilla with those little fondant flowers she loved, the balloons bobbing like hopeful hearts, the way her face lit up when the neighborhood kids showed. And then they arrived. My parents, uninvited as always, their Mercedes gleaming like a predator's tooth in the driveway. We're family, Mia, mother had cooed, her pearls clicking like judgment. But family? No. They were thieves, stealing joy, dignity, pieces of my soul until there was nothing left but rage. That morning in 2023, I stumbled to the bathroom mirror, splashing water on a face that hadn't yet etched lines from endless court battles and grief. My reflection stared back, vibrant, unbroken, a ghost haunting her own life. "This is real," I whispered, fingers tracing the faint scar on my collarbone from a childhood accident they'd sworn was my fault. It wasn't. Nothing ever was. The memories flooded, how they'd poisoned my marriage to Jake, whispering lies until he walked out, leaving me with a toddler and a mountain of doubt. How they'd helped by controlling my inheritance, doling it out like crumbs to a beggar. And the worst, the secret they'd buried deeper than Grandpa Harlan's bootleg whiskey stash, the crash that killed Jake wasn't an accident. They'd tampered with his brakes, all to keep me tethered, dependent, their perfect puppet daughter. I laughed then, a jagged sound echoing off the tiles. Dead at 36. I'd been found slumped in my kitchen with an empty pill bottle, overdose. The coroner said, suicide. But I knew better. Father's doing, slipping extras into my coffee during one of their visits, his eyes cold as Lake Superior ice. For your own good, Mia. You can't handle it alone. Handle what? Raising Lily? Loving her without their strings? No. This time, I wouldn't swallow it. I'd spit it back, laced with truth sharp enough to draw blood. By noon, the house buzzed with prep. Lily bounced around in her princess dress, a thrift store find I'd mended with gold thread, turning flaws to sparkle, like we did. Mommy, will Grandma and Grandpa come? They promised cake. Her voice, so small, twisted the knife. In the before, they had come and ruined everything. I knelt, cupping her cheeks. Sweetie, today's about you. Just you and your friends and all the magic we make. She nodded, trusting, and I vowed then no more. I'd shield her, even if it meant burning bridges to ash. The doorbell rang at 2 sharp, early. Always early. To unsettle. There they were, Mother in Chanel, Father in his monogrammed polo, a bottle of mid-shelf Merlot as their Trojan horse. Surprise, Mother trilled, air kissing my cheek like we were sorority sisters. Father's grip on my arm lingered too long, a silent warning. I smiled, tight as a noose, and let them in. Lily's out back with the piñata. Come say hi. The party unfolded like a scripted farce. Kids shrieked over games. The grill smoked with burgers that actually tasted like summer. Not obligation. Lily beamed. Crown Askew. As I snapped photos on my ancient phone, memories I'd hoard like contraband. But my parents prowled the edges. Mother's eyes cataloging every shortcoming, the mismatched plates, the DIY decorations, the absence of a live band. Darling, why not let us cater next time? This rustic charm is adorable. But what? Mother? I cut in, voice honey over gravel. She faltered and used to push back. Father chuckled from his lawn chair, nursing a beer. Eleanor's just saying, Mia, family helps. You've got that dead-end job at the library. We could settle Lily's college fund today. I finished, casual as passing the potato salad. Their heads snapped up, forks pausing midair. It was the hook I'd baited, the trust fund Grandpa left, the one they managed into oblivion, claiming market dips. In truth, they'd funneled it into their lake house renovations, leaving Lily with squat. I'd uncovered the ledgers in my dying haze. Digital ghosts haunting their cloud account, hacked by a desperate PI I'd hired with my last paycheck. Father's smile didn't reach his eyes. Water under the bridge. Kiddo. Let's not bore the guests. But the seed was planted. Whispers rippled. Neighbors who'd long pitied my troubled family leaned in. By cake time, as Lily blew out candles with wishes for a pony and world peace, Mother's facade cracked. Mia. A word. She tugged me to the kitchen, Father trailing like a shadow. Inside. Away from the laughter. She whirled. What was that stunt? Dragging up old money? We're trying to help. Her voice pitched high, pearls twisting like a noose. Father loomed, blocking the door. You always were dramatic. Mia. Like your mother. A jab at Grandma, the alcoholic they'd institutionalized to seize control. I saw it then, the pattern, the cage they'd built generationally. No, I said, steady. I'm done with your help. The fund, it's Lily's. And Jake's accident? I know what you did. The air thickened, their faces paling like milk left out. Father's hand twitched toward his pocket. Old habits. The flask he hid from Mother. You don't know shit, he growled. Low enough not to carry. But I did. The mechanic's testimony I'd never lived to hear, tampered lines. Witnessed by a homeless vet Father paid off with a C-note and threats. The pills? Just the capstone. I died because of you, I whispered, the words tasting like vindication. Overdose. They called it. But we both know it was murder. Mother gasped. Theatrical. Lies. You're unhinged. Like after Jake. After you killed him? I pressed, voice rising.
Outside.
The party hushed. Someone had cracked the sliding door. Eyes on us now, Mrs. Patel from next door. The one who'd driven me to NA meetings. Tim the cop. Off duty, with his twins. Father's bluff crumbled. Keep your voice down. This is family business. Not anymore. I pulled my phone, thumb hovering over record. In the before, I'd hesitated, let them gaslight me into silence. This time,
Click.
admit it. For the money, the control. You locked Lily out that night because she cried for Jake's photo. And you couldn't stand the reminder. The memory surged, that rainy birthday. 2 years from now, no. Now prevented. They'd shown up, demanded I move on, then, when Lily wailed for Daddy, Mother sneered. Spoiled brat. Father chained the door, left her on the porch in the downpour. Me scrambling to break in while they sipped scotch inside, laughing about tough love. Pneumonia took her a week later. Grief took me. But not this time. Mother's eyes darted.
We
were protecting you.
lie.
Always lies. I laughed.
Cold.
From what? Loving my daughter, without your poison. The door burst wider. Lily peeked in.
Confused.
Mommy. Father lunged, not for me, but the phone. I sidestepped. Years of dodging his lessons paying off. Touch it.
And I hit send.
To the DA. The news. Everything. The party froze outside. A tableau of wide eyes and held breaths. Tim stood, hand on his belt.
Mia?
Everything okay? It wasn't. But it would be. Call your captain, I said.
Loud.
These are the people who killed my husband. Gasps rippled. Father sputtered. Slander. I'll sue. But his voice cracked. The big man shrinking. Mother crumpled, clutching the counter.
Mia. Please.
We're all you've got. The plea twisted something in me. Pity? No. Disgust. I have Lily. And justice. I hit send anyway, not the full bomb. Just the ledgers to my lawyer contact. A pro bono firebrand from legal aid who'd believed me in the before. Too late. The afternoon shattered then. Like cheap crystal. Police arrived. Sirens slicing the block party vibe. Neighbors clustered. Phones out. Live tweeting the Harlan implosion. Father cuffed on the lawn, protesting to Tim like old golf buddies. This is a misunderstanding, Mother wailed. Mascara rivers. Begging Lily for a hug the girl denied. Hiding behind my legs. As they loaded Father into the cruiser, he locked eyes with me through the window. You'll regret this, girl. Blood's thicker. I met it, unflinching. Not yours. Lily tugged my hand. Did I do bad? Mommy, I knelt. Rain starting to patter, fate's ironic underscore.
No.
Baby. You were perfect. They weren't. That night. After statements and tears. Lily asleep with her new stuffed unicorn. I sat on the porch steps, nursing a root beer. The neighborhood hummed with post-drama buzz. Mrs. Patel dropped off lasagna. Tim promised updates. My phone buzzed. Lawyer's text. Ledger's legit. Break tampering forensics pending. But this sticks. Charges incoming. Relief washed. But so did the weight. Revenge wasn't fireworks. It was this quiet unraveling. Threads pulled until the whole rotten tapestry fell. I thought of Jake. His crooked grin. The way he'd hum off-key to put Lily down. Fight smart, babe, he'd said once, before they stole him.
I had.
But dawn brought the twist I never saw coming. A knock, soft, hesitant. There stood Aunt Clara, Mother's estranged sister, the black sheep who'd fled Detroit decades ago for California vineyards.
Mia?
I saw the news alerts.
God.
Girl. She held a manila envelope, hands trembling. Victor called last night. From holding. Begged me to burn this. But you need to know. Inside. Yellowed letters. DNA reports. Grandpa Harlan was in my blood. Father, Victor, was, in the biblical sense. Incest. Hushed up. The family fortune a bribe for silence. Mother knew. Enabled it. The accident with Grandma? A cover for her threats to expose. Jake's death? To stop him digging into my inheritance clause, the one tying funds to their secrecy. I retched into the azaleas. World tilting. Not just betrayal, monstrosity. Clara hugged me.
Fierce.
Run your own life now. For her. Lily. By week's end, indictments hit. Fraud. Manslaughter.
Conspiracy.
The lake house auction for victims' funds, Lily's first. Mother cracked in interrogation, spilling decades of rot. A father? Silent, rotting in Wayne County Jail. His empire dust. Months blurred. I quit the library for a grant-writing gig. Remote. Flexible. Time for Lily's recitals. Her questions about Daddy turned to stories, not sobs. We moved to a brighter rental in Ferndale. Rainbow flags waving like promises. No more Harlans. Just us. On her 7th birthday, rain-free. Glorious, I watched her chase fireflies. Cake smeared on her grin. Best party ever. Mommy.
It was.
And in the quiet after, as stars pricked the sky, I whispered to the dark, we won. But victory's edge cuts both ways. Sometimes, in dreams, I taste blood again, not mine, theirs. And wake smiling. The fallout from that birthday didn't just ripple, it tsunamied through every corner of my life, dragging up muck I'd buried deeper than Lake Huron shipwrecks. Waking up the next morning, still in 2023, still breathing, still whole, felt like stealing fire from the gods. But gods don't forgive theft. And neither did the Harlans.
Not yet.
My phone exploded before coffee. Voicemails from unknown numbers. Texts from concerned cousins I'd ghosted years ago. Family sticks together.
Mia.
You're making a scene.
Delete.
Block.
Repeat.
Lily patted in, rubbing sleep from her eyes. Unicorn tucked under arm. Mommy, why was Grandpa yelling in the car? Her voice. So innocent.
Gutted me.
I scooped her up, burying my face in her curls, smelling of strawberry shampoo and safety. Grown-up stuff. Bug. But guess what? We're going on an adventure today. Pancakes at that diner with the jukebox. Her squeal drowned the dread.
Adventure.
Yeah, that was the plan. Rebuild from the rubble. One sticky booth at a time. But first, damage control. I called Sarah, my ride-or-die from book club, the one who'd slipped me Valium after Jake's funeral and never asked for the story.
Mia?
Holy shit. The whole block's talking. You okay? Her voice crackled with that Midwestern mix of worry and gossip. Better than dead, I quipped, testing the words. She laughed, then sobered. Tim said charges are stacking. Your folks. Victor's got priors. Hushed up. Embezzlement from the union. Back in '98. Priors. Of course. The man who'd preached pull yourself up while yanking ladders from under everyone else. I thanked her, hung up, and dove into my laptop, research mode, the librarian in me clawing for facts like lifelines. Old news clippings, Harlan Auto Parts scandal, mysterious audits, a whistleblower who fell downstairs.
Patterns.
Always patterns. And woven through? My name. A footnote in their footnotes. The dutiful daughter who'd signed NDAs without reading.
Too broke to fight.
By afternoon, Lily napping off syrup crash. Clara called. Kid. You holding? Her Cali drawl, sunbaked and steady, anchored me. Barely. That envelope. Jesus. Aunt C.
She sighed.
Heavy. I left when I was 19, after catching Victor with your mom before you. They called me the liar. Shipped me off with a trust fund gag order. But DNA don't lie. We talked hours, her escape to Napa, building a winery from spit and spite, the letters from Grandma, smuggled out of the rest home that was really a padded prison. She said you were the light.
Mia.
Fight for it. I did. That night, after tucking Lily with tales of pirate queens, I drafted emails to the DA's tip line, journalists at the Free Press, even a podcaster chasing true crime gold in the Rust Belt. No rage rants, just facts. Timestamps. Ledgers attached. For Jake. For Lily. For me. Hit send at 2 a.m., the witching hour when regrets howl loudest. Sleep came fitful. Dreams of locked doors and drowning laughs. Week 2 blurred into a circus. Reporters camped my driveway. Mics thrust like accusations. MS. Harlan, is it true your father confessed? How does it feel to expose your own blood? I stonewalled. Channeling Jake's laconicom. Talked to my lawyer.
But inside? Storm.
Mother's arraignment photo hit feeds, defeated. Pearls gone. Eyes hollow. Father stone-faced. But his lawyer bailed, citing ethical conflicts. Schadenfreude tasted sweet. Forbidden fruit from Eden's reject pile. Lily sensed the shift. Her question sharpening. Why don't we visit Grandma anymore? Driving to preschool. Wipers slapping summer showers. I gripped the wheel. Knuckles white. Because. They hurt people, sweetie. And we don't stay where it hurts. She nodded. Wise beyond crayons. Like when Tommy pulls my hair, I tell the teacher.
Exactly.
Tell the teacher. I'd been the quiet kid, swallowing slaps as discipline. Not Lily. Never Lily. The first real pushback came mid-July, a sweltering heat wave turning Detroit into a skillet. Unmarked sedan idled curbside, 2 suits emerged. Father's old union cronies. Faces like weathered leather.
Mia.
Listen. Victor's offering a deal. Drop the manslaughter. He signs over the lake house clean. No strings. The shorter one. Gino. Lit a smoke. Ash flicking like warnings. I crossed arms, blocking the door. Tell him to save it for his plea bargain. And Gino, your pension's in those ledgers too. Embezzlement ring. Right? He flinched. Partner shifting uneasy. You don't want to burn it all down. Girl. Family's all you got left. Echoes of father's jail call. Per Clara. I leaned in, voice low. Family? You mean the one that locks kids in the rain? Or kills husbands for control? They slunk off, tails tucked, but the threat lingered, shadows lengthening as indictments loomed. August brought the inquest. A sterile courtroom in downtown Detroit smelling of stale coffee and desperation. I testified in a skirt that itched like guilt, Lily with Sarah in the hall, bribing her with vending machine treats. Facing them, Mother, frail and orange, dabbing tears with prison-issue tissue. Father, cuffed, glaring like I'd stolen his soul instead of exposing it. Prosecutor, a shark named Ruiz, Latina firebrand with a vendetta against white-collar wolves, laid it out. Brake fluid drained. Pills sourced from a dock on the take. The fund siphoned to offshore accounts, masking it all. My turn. They locked my daughter out on her birthday, I said, voice steady. Eyes on the jury, blue-collar folks. Auto workers who'd slaved for Harlan parts. Not once.
Pattern.
Control through cruelty. Gasps, a juror. A mom with a toddler on her lap sketch. Teared up. Father interrupted. Lies. She's unstable after Jake. Judge banged gavel. Ruiz pivoted. And the accident is Harlan. I swallowed. Tampered. To keep me broke. Dependent. So I'd never leave. Cross-exam. Father's lawyer. A weasel in pinstripes. Twisted. You resented their success.
Didn't you?
Jealous little girl playing victim. Rage flared. But I breathed Jake's trick.
Count to 5.
Success built on graves?
No.
I pitted it. Jury nodded. Weasel sputtered. Recess. Clara waited outside, pressing a thermos of her cab sauve, non-alcoholic. Thoughtful. Proud of you.
Kid.
Grandma would have been. We hugged. Brief.
Fierce. Inside.
The verdict brewed. Twist hit post-lunch. Ruiz pulling me aside. One more thread.
Mia.
DNA from the envelope. Matches Victor.
But.
Lily's not. Jake was sterile. Car wreck in college.
Victor.
He pushed the marriage. Remember? Nausea surged. They'd orchestrated it all, my perfect unionist setup to launder their sins through grandkids. Lily. My light. Untainted. I retched in the bathroom, splashing water, vowing they'd never touch her legacy. Court reconvened. Bail denied. Mother sobbed.
Mia.
Forgive. Father spat. Ungrateful bitch. Bailiff dragged him. I turned away. For Lily. That night, headlines blared. Harlan Empire crumbles. Incest. Murder in Motor City Dynasty. Shares tanked. Ironic. Their auto legacy idled like rusted hulks. Donations poured to my GoFundMe for Lily's future. Neighbors rallied. Block parties sans drama. September cooled. Lily started first grade. Backpack slung like a shield. I dated, cautious. Coffee only, a teacher named Ryan. Easy laugh. No skeletons. But trust? Fractured glass. Sharp edges. October gales stripped leaves. So did discovery. Prosecutors unearthed tapes, grandma's. Hidden in Clara's attic. Victor's voice. Oily. Marry her off. Eleanor. Clean slate. My skin crawled. But evidence sealed it. November trial loomed. Thanksgiving skipped for takeout turkey. Lily drew turkeys with family stick figures, me, her, Ryan's doodle. No grumpy ones, she declared. Wise kid. by December snows. Please entered. Father. Life for murder 1, mother. 24 conspiracy. Lake house sold. Proceeds to a trust, Lilies. Ironclad. My name's sole trustee. New Year's Eve. Fireworks cracked over the Detroit River. Lily and I watched from our stoop. Hot cocoa steaming. Resolutions. Mommy, to build, not break. She grinned. Me too. And visit Aunt Clara's grapes. Spring 2024 bloomed. So did we. Ryan stuck. Slow burn steady. I wrote memoir snippets. Catharsis on the page. Bloodlines sold to a small press. Whispers of adaptation. Controversy? Hell yes. Talk shows debated family versus truth. Ethicists clucked. But clicks paid bills. Summer circled back. Lily's 7th on deck. No rain forecast. Invites out. Sarah. Tim. Neighbors. Even Clara flying east. Ryan grilled. I baked that cake. Flowers pristine. As guests mingled, I paused at the door. Once a portal to pain, now threshold to tomorrow. Father rotted in Jackson State. Appeals denied. Mother, broken, wrote letters I burned unread. Their cruelty ended. Mine forged into fire. Lily blew candles. Wish unspoken. I knew it, more adventures. And in her eyes, I saw Jake, pure, unpoisoned. We'd won. But as night fell, a final echo, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Voicemail, father's voice. Gravel week.
Mia.
Blood calls to blood.
Delete.
Block. Forever. The 2nd anniversary of my not death dawned crisp. June 15th, 2025, a Saturday etched in sunlight. Not the storm of memory. 2 years since the party that cracked the Harlan facade. 1 year since the gavel fell final. Lily, now 8, bounded downstairs in soccer cleats. Ponytail whipping like a victory flag. Mom, Aunt Clara's on video, says the grapes are huge. I smiled. Pouring OJ. Ryan flipping eggs in the kitchen, his domain. All sizzle and spice rubs. Domestic bliss. Hard one. Tasting like redemption. Life post-Harlan's wasn't fairy tale polish. It was gritty.
Real.
The kind of American dream patched with duct tape and determination. Ryan moved in last fall. After 6 months of just seeing his divorce amicable. No baggage but a golden retriever named Gus who slobbered on Lily's homework. We married quiet. City Hall with pizza after. Rings from a pawn shop, vintage. Scarred. Like us. No empire. But equity. My grant gig ballooned to consulting for nonprofits. Exposing corruption in family courts, Ryan coached Lily's team. His whistle shrill as justice. But echoes lingered. Nightmares still jerk me awake. Father's knife eyes in the dark. Therapy helped Dr. Lena, a no bullshit therapist with a tiger's mug and zero patience for repression. Revenge is a meal best served cold.
Mia.
Yours was Arctic. Now savor the thaw. Savor.
Yeah.
Like the book tour for Bloodlines. My memoir hitting shelves last month. Bestseller?
Nah.
But Oprah-adjacent buzz. Panels on toxic legacy, drawing crowds of survivors swapping war stories over bad coffee. Lily's party loomed. 8th birthday. Theme, space explorers. Because why not launch toward stars? Invites flew, the whole block. Sarah's crew. Tim now captain. His wife, a budding author sniffing collab. Clara RSVP'd yes. Lugging wine samples. No Harlans. Of course, ghosts exorcised. But press? They'd sniff. Always did. A local blogger. Motor City Mom. Penned Harlan heiress. Hero or homewrecker? Comments Ward. Brave Queen versus. Ungrateful thought. Family first. Controversy's currency. I cashed it for Lily's 529. Prep day. Backyard transformed. Foil stars dangling. A bounce house inflating like hope. Ryan manned the grill. Gus herding kids in waiting. Lily directed traffic. Clipboard in hand. Mommy, where's the meteor shower piñata? I ruffled her hair. Hidden in the shed. Surprise drop. Her grin? Priceless. Outshining any Harlan heirloom. Doorbell chimed early. Clara swept in. Sun-leathered and sparkling. Crates clinking. Chateau Harlan? Nah. Clara's revenge red. We laughed. Uncorking non-ALC for me. Designated everything now. Hugs lingered. She slipped an envelope. Letters from your grandma. Originals. For when Lily's ready. Weighty. But welcome. Legacy reclaimed. Guests trickled, Mrs. Patel with samosas. Tim with badges for the kids. Junior detectives. Laughter swelled. Burgers charred just right. But mid-setup, my phone vibrated. Ruiz. The prosecutor turned unlikely friend.
Mia.
Heads up. Victor's appealing again. New lawyer. Pro bono from some alt-right firm. Claiming deep state frame-up. I snorted. Handing off plates. Let him. His empire was a Ponzi of pain. She chuckled. Damn right. But watch your back. Harassment spikes on these cases. Harassment. The underbelly, since the book. Mail piled. Fan letters laced with "You go girl." Hate scrawls like "Blood's on your hands." Traitor. Once. A drive-by egging. Gus barking fury. Ryan installed cams. I took Krav Maga. Punches landing like punctuation on old wounds. Controversy? It stalked, but I strode faster. Party peaked. Lily. Astronaut helmet askew. Led a conga line through the yard. Piñata cracked under blindfolded swings. Candy avalanche. Squeals piercing blue sky. Cake time. Chocolate galaxy. Edible stars glittering. She blew candles. Eyes squeezed. Then beamed. Wished for a real rocket. Guests toasted. Clara whispered. That girl's got Harlan steel. Minus the rest. As dusk crept, fireflies winked like conspirators. Kids roasted marshmallows. Stories spun tall. Ryan pulled me aside. By the fence. His hand warm on my waist. You did this.
Mia.
All of it. His kiss.
Soft.
Grounded me. We did. But doubt flickered, always did. That Harlan whisper. Not enough. Never enough. Then. The knock. Not doorbell, back gate. Hesitant. I froze. Ryan tensed. Stay here. Flashlight in hand. I approached. A woman. Mid-40s. Mousy brown hair. Clutching a photo. Mia Harlan?
I'm Donna.
From the home. Your grandma's nurse. Heart stuttered. Grandma, locked away. Silenced. Donna glanced over shoulder. She made me promise. Before she. Passed last year. Envelope thrust forward. Trembling. Not just letters. Proof. Inside, hospital logs. falsified by father, overdoses masked as dementia episodes, and a recording, thumb drive tiny as a talisman. Grandma's voice, frail but fire. Victor. He took everything. Mia's father,
but not her pa.
raped his own kin for the line. Eleanor knew, pushed me out to hide it. Jake found out. So, static.
Coughs.
Protect the girl.
Donna.
And the baby. Lily's clean, test it. My knees buckled. Ryan caught me. Donna fled, vanishing into twilight. We played it later.
Kids Abed.
Clara nodding grim. Confirmation. Lily's DNA. Run quiet by Ruiz last year. Jake's. Impossibly. Via a miracle sperm bank donation he'd never told me. Post-crash. But the rape? Victor's spawn was me. Twisted root. And Jake's secret infertility. A lie they'd planted to control the wedding. Ensuring no escapes. Rage boiled fresh. But Clara gripped my hand. Use it.
Kid.
Or burn it. I chose use. Dawn emailed to Ruiz. Final nail. By week's end. Appeal crushed. Father got solitary. Mother transferred to Women's Max. Her letters now pleas for mercy I ignored. Twists afterglow. Liberation. I framed Grandma's photo, not the posed one, but a candid, laughing by the lake pre-madness. Lily asked once, "Who's the pretty lady?" "Your great-gram." Fighter like you. Fall deepened. Book tour wrapped in NYC. Spot on the View debating forgiveness in fractured families. I said, forgive? No. Forget? Hell no. Fight? Always. Backlash trended. Cancel Mia versus Mia Strong. Sales spiked. We donated half to domestic violence shelters. Winter hit hard. Blizzards blanketing sins under white. Lily's school play, her as Eliza in Hamilton, belting nonstop with pint-sized fire. Ryan teared up. I hooped loudest. Post-show diner run. Fries and shakes. Gus under table. Normal. Sacred. Spring 2026 teased green. Ryan proposed expansion. A baby? Lily lobbied for a brother to boss. We laughed. Tried. Miracle number 2 brewing by summer. Lily's 9th loomed. But the real milestone? June 15th. 3 years post-rebirth. Picnic by the river. Just us 3 for soon. No parties. No press. Sandwiches soggy. Gus splashing. Lily sketching rockets. Mommy, why'd you write the book? Deep breath. To tell our story. The real one. She nodded.
Wise.
The happy ending? We're writing it.
Bug.
Every day. As sun dipped, painting water gold, I scattered Grandma's ashes, pinched from Donna's gift, into the current. Rest now. Wind carried them east. Toward freedom. Father died that fall. Cancer unspoken. Alone. Mother followed winter. Pneumonia, poetic. Cruel. No funerals, we planted tulips instead. Red as warning. Years stacked. Lily to college. Astrophysics bound. Scholarship funded. Ryan and I grade graceful. Vineyard visits to Clara annual. The book? Adapted. Gritty indie flick. Oscar whisper for Best Revenge Arc. At 50. Memoir sequel. Stars over scars. Launch party small. Intimate. Lily toasting. To Mom, who unlocked the door. I raised glass. Throat tight.
To us.
Unlocked. Unbroken. In quiet nights. I trace that old scar. Whisper thanks to ghosts. Jake. Grandma. The me who died. Revenge? It freed. But love? It soared. And in Lily's laugh, echoing free, I know, cruelty ends. Always.